Welcome, history enthusiasts. Today we dive into the world's most devastating tsunamis. A tsunami, a series of monstrous waves, is often born from undersea earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, or landslides. Their power is immense, their impact catastrophic. As we traverse through time, we'll delve into the specifics of these natural disasters, their scale, the destruction they caused, and the mark they left on history. Stay with us as we recount the 10 biggest tsunamis starting from the year 1771. Our first stop is the Ryukyu Islands in Japan, back in 1771. Imagine a peaceful day turning into a nightmare as a monstrous wave, a tsunami, hits the shore. The Ryukyu Islands tsunami was a devastating event. The wave was a staggering 85 feet high, a wall of water crashing into the islands with terrifying force. This tsunami was not just tall but also wide, extending across the entire archipelago. The damage was immense, with entire villages swept away in an instant. Lives, homes, and livelihoods were lost in the blink of an eye. The impact was so significant that it forever altered the landscape of these islands. The Ryukyu tsunami is remembered not just for its size and the destruction it caused, but also for the resilience of the people who survived, rebuilt, and carried on. It's a reminder of the power of nature and the strength of the human spirit. Moving forward in time, our next destination is Sanriku, Japan. Sanriku, Japan, 1896, a year that will never be forgotten. It was an evening in June when the peaceful waters of the Pacific Ocean turned into a monstrous wave. This event is known as the Sanriku tsunami, one of the deadliest in history. The wave was not particularly high, around 15 meters, but its impact was devastating, due to the extensive flat coastal topography of the region. It swept in without warning, catching people off guard during a festival. The destruction was immense. Over 27,000 lives were lost, and entire towns were wiped off the map. The wave traveled far inland, carrying along everything in its path. It was a stark reminder of the power of nature and the vulnerability of coastal communities. The Sanriku tsunami is an important part of tsunami history, not only for its magnitude but also for the lessons it taught about preparedness and respect for nature's power. Fast-forwarding to a more recent event, we travel to the Sunda Strait, Indonesia. The Sunda Strait, Indonesia witnessed a horrifying spectacle in 2018. The water receded, then surged back with a monstrous wave, an uninvited terror that caught the region off guard. This tsunami was not the largest in recorded history, but what made it remarkable was its suddenness. The culprit was an undersea landslide triggered by the eruption of Krakatoa, a volcanic island located in the strait itself. The wave rose to a staggering 5 meters, that's as high as a one-story building, and spread wide, swallowing the coastlines of Banten and Lampung. The damage was extensive. Over 400 lives were lost and thousands of homes were destroyed. In the aftermath, the landscape was unrecognizable, a stark reminder of nature's power and unpredictability. The Sunda Strait tsunami was a wake-up call, a stark reminder of the importance of early warning systems and preparedness. Next, we cross the Pacific to Hilo, Hawaii, USA. Hilo, Hawaii, 1946, a peaceful island paradise, turned into a disaster zone. It was April 1st, a day when the world indulges in harmless pranks, but the universe had a cruel trick up its sleeve for the residents of Hilo. A tsunami, triggered by an earthquake off the coast of the Aleutian Islands, roared towards the unsuspecting island. Standing at an astonishing 26 feet, this monstrous wave seemed hell-bent on erasing Hilo from the map. As it crashed into the island, it swept away homes, vehicles, and even people with unforgiving force, leaving behind a wake of destruction. The once bustling downtown was reduced to rubble, and the serene waterfront was unrecognizable. 172 lives were lost that day, and Hilo was forever marked by the tsunami's wrath. The 1946 Hilo tsunami serves as a stark reminder of the raw power nature possesses. Our next stop takes us to Chile in 1960. Chile, 1960, a year that shook the country to its core. On May 22nd, a devastating earthquake, the most powerful ever recorded, struck the coast of south-central Chile, but the tremors were only the beginning. The quake triggered a monstrous tsunami, a wall of water that reached incredible heights. Places close to the epicenter, like the port city of Valdivia, were hit by waves as high as 25 meters. The colossal waves traveled across the Pacific, causing destruction thousands of miles away. The tsunami reached as far as Hawaii, the Philippines, and even Japan, where it claimed over 100 lives. The aftermath was catastrophic. It's estimated that between 1,000 and 6,000 people lost their lives, with the damage totaling hundreds of millions of dollars. The 1960 Chilean tsunami serves as a stark reminder of the unpredictable and destructive power of nature. We're back to Japan again, but this time to Nankaido in the year 1707. Nankaido, Japan, 1707, when nature's fury knew no bounds. It was a year marked by the devastating power of a tsunami, a force that reshaped the landscapes and lives of those in its path. The Nankaido region was hit by a wave of colossal proportions, a testament to the unforgiving power of the sea. This tsunami was triggered by an earthquake of magnitude 8.6, one of the most powerful recorded in history. The wave that followed was no less formidable. It swept across the coast, leaving a trail of destruction in its wake. Towns and villages were inundated, lives were lost, and the landscape was forever changed. The enormity of the Nankaido tsunami is a stark reminder of the raw, untamed power of nature, a power that can both create and destroy in an instant. It is a tale that echoes through time, a testament to resilience and the indomitable spirit of humanity. We now jump to the 21st century, to Sumatra, Indonesia. Sumatra, Indonesia, 2004. A year that saw one of the deadliest tsunamis in recent history. Born out of an undersea earthquake off the coast, the colossal wave that followed was a force of nature that refused to be ignored. With a magnitude of 9.1, it was one of the strongest earthquakes ever recorded, and the tsunami it spawned was equally formidable. The sea withdrew, only to return with a vengeance, towering over the land at an astonishing 30 meters high. The wave swept over the coastal regions of 14 countries, obliterating everything in its path. Entire cities were decimated, reduced to rubble in a matter of minutes. The loss was staggering, with an estimated 230,000 to 280,000 lives claimed by this destructive force. The devastation was a stark reminder of the raw, uncontrolled power of nature and the vulnerability of our human constructs in the face of such might. Moving northeast, we find ourselves in Tohoku, Japan. Tohoku, Japan, 2011, a year that left an indelible mark on Japan's history. The Tohoku earthquake and tsunami struck with unprecedented force on a calm March afternoon. The seismic event was so powerful it moved Japan's main island by 8 feet and even shifted the Earth's axis. The tsunami, resulting from this quake, was a monstrous wall of water towering up to 40 meters high. It swept across the Pacific coast of Japan, obliterating everything in its path. Entire towns vanished under the raging waters, leaving behind a scarred landscape of devastation and loss. This devastating tsunami was one of the deadliest Japan had ever faced, claiming over 15,000 lives and causing extensive structural damage. The nuclear disaster that followed at Fukushima Daiichi power plant only added to the catastrophe, marking this as one of the most costly natural disasters in world history. Our journey now takes us to Krakatoa, Indonesia. Krakatoa, Indonesia, 1883, a year when the earth truly roared. Picture this. A colossal volcanic eruption, one of the most violent in recorded history, rips the island of Krakatoa apart. The eruption was so powerful that it was heard over 3,000 miles away, a sound wave that circled the globe 4 times over. But the real terror was the tsunami that followed. Towering waves, reaching as high as 100 feet, surged across the Sunda Strait, obliterating coastal towns and villages. The sea, once a source of sustenance, became a destroyer, claiming over 36,000 lives. This event was not just a natural disaster, it was a demonstration of the raw, untamed power of our planet. An event that shook the world, both literally and metaphorically, shaping our understanding of tsunamis and their devastating potential. Our final destination is Lituya Bay, Alaska, USA. Lituya Bay, Alaska, USA, 1958, the year of the tallest tsunami wave ever recorded. A powerful earthquake triggered a landslide, catapulting water up the surrounding mountainsides. This colossal wave towered over 1,700 feet, 500 meters, into the sky, a height surpassing the Empire State Building. The force of this mega tsunami stripped trees and soil from the landscape, leaving a barren scar of devastation. Though the destruction was immense, the location's remoteness meant that loss of human life was thankfully minimal. Only 2 fatalities were reported, but the memories of this event continue to echo in the minds of the survivors and their descendants. This event stands as a stark reminder of nature's power and unpredictability. It underscores the importance of understanding and respecting our planet's forces, as they can, in an instant, reshape our world in ways that are beyond our control. And with that, we conclude our journey through the biggest tsunamis in history. We have traveled through time, witnessing the power and fury of nature. From the Ryukyu Islands in the 18th century to the Sunda Strait just a few years ago, we've seen the immense scale and devastating impact of tsunamis. These tales from history underscore the importance of understanding and respecting the might of our natural world. If you enjoyed this journey, do give us a like and subscribe to our channel for more historical insights. Until next time, stay curious.